How you guys doing? I hope everyone is doing well today. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Michelle and you are here for another segment of A Feminine Impression. Today we're going to talk about manners. As a feminine woman, if you've been watching my other videos, then we've learned about looking your best, presenting yourself to the world in a way that shows that you love yourself and that you care about yourself. We talked a lot about the outer appearance in terms of wearing makeup, hairstyles, having good hygiene, smelling good, looking clean. We talked about lipstick and smiling. So today we're going to dive further into feminine behavior and we're going to discuss manners and the way that you interact with people and bringing out your feminine side. So go ahead and grab something to drink. I'm drinking some iced coffee. Grab something to write with and let's go ahead and jump into the video. So a lot of people have this misconception that if you are a feminine woman, if you're very attractive, if you're beautiful, that you don't have to be nice, that you don't have to have manners. This is one of the things that get in the way of so many people's success, is that they either don't know or they don't practice good manners. Even if you're someone who doesn't consider themselves to be very attractive, if you have good manners, it definitely can compensate for the lack of whatever it is that you think you're lacking. It makes people very attractive, and men are very attracted to women who have good manners. If you have good manners, people are usually so taken aback because they don't expect you to. And this actually makes you a overall beautiful person. Some of the things that I'm going to talk about you might already know, and some things you maybe don't know. But one thing I can assure you is that everything matters. When it comes to manners, everything matters. And truly, as a human being, you should be putting out kindness into this world. You should be treating others with respect and dignity, and you should be treating people the way that you want people to treat you. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I want to talk about is the basics. Saying please and thank you. You would be surprised how many people do not say please and do not say thank you. Especially when they're being helped by a service person, many people don't find the need to say thank you. They figure it's their job. It's important to be polite. So please say please and say thank you with a smile, and that gives off your feminine energy. Okay. Also, when you're talking to someone, look them in the eye and show that you're engaged. Now, I know this can vary from culture to culture, but in my videos, we're going to be specifically talking about the Western world. So when you're talking to someone, engage, make eye contact, smile, look interested. If you're meeting someone for the first time and you're shaking their hands, as a feminine woman, you can shake their hands softly. You don't have to have a strong grip. Even if you're excited or even if you hold a very high position, you can still have a feminine handshake and a smile, and this ignites your feminine energy. Okay, it's very powerful, and it doesn't mean that you're weak. It actually means that you're strong, you're controlled. If you meet someone for the first time and you're speaking with them, try to make a point to remember their name. I know that this is tough for a lot of people, so what I do is I try to connect their name with something that I already am familiar with. Everyone is different and they can associate names with different things, or maybe they may look like someone or have the same name as someone else, but try to find a way to remember their name. And if for some reason in the conversation you forgot it by the time the conversation ends, ask them again. It's better to ask them in that first conversation if you can you please remind me of your name again? I'm sorry. Just say it like that, and people understand that you're not going to remember their name the first time, and they'll repeat it. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to ask you for your name as well because they also probably forgot. So remember names, and if you can, in the conversation, say before the conversation ends, you can say, "It was really nice to meet you, Stephen." Or if the person is helping you, like in the service industry, once they're done helping you, you can say, "Thank you very much, Janet," because you read their name tag. right? So you're drawing that connection and you're showing that you're there, you're present, you're grateful, and they're important. I also try and remember specific details about people. So if I'm having a conversation with someone and they tell me that their grandfather is sick, I try to make a mental note, and when I see that person again, or if I'm thinking about that person throughout the week, I may send them a text or a call or an email and just say, I hope everything's going well with your grandfather. Or if I see them again, I'll say, hey, how's everything going with your grandfather? Try and remember things that people tell you when they're important, okay? Because that allows them to know that you are listening, that you cared. These small gestures go a very long way, especially if you're in business or if you're in the workforce and you want to learn how to move up or how to gain favor in people's eyes. Having manners and applying these things that I'm telling you are going to make you stand out. They're going to make people remember you. You're going to be someone that is valued and someone that is regarded very highly. Okay, so just keep that in mind. This can be applied in every situation in life. Another very crucial tip is punctuality, being on time. Okay, that means being on time to dates, being on time to meetings, being on time to birthday parties, being on time to appointments in general is very important. Everyone's time is valuable, and it does say something about you if you don't show up on time. Okay, it shows that you're either careless or you're irresponsible or you don't care about other people's time, or maybe you don't care about the job. So if you're going to be late, the proper etiquette is to let them know ahead of time directly. Don't tell someone else to tell someone else that you're going to be late. You contact your boss and say, I'm sorry, I'm going to be about 5 minutes late to the meeting. Let them know as early as you know. Don't wait until it's the last minute. Maybe you think you can make it, and so you wait and wait and wait, and now there's a traffic jam and you're like an hour late, and you could have never expected that. As soon as you're leaving your house and you know that you will even be 10 minutes late, you let them know, I'm sorry, I'm running late. Okay, so let people know ahead of time. Same thing if you can't make an event. If someone's having a birthday dinner or something that's important and you've committed to it, even if it's not important, if you've committed to something and you can no longer make it, let people know ahead of time. Now, I know some people struggle with this, especially if you are someone who is very nice or cares a lot about people's opinion of you. You might be very anxious, very nervous, very hesitant to tell someone that you can't make something because you're afraid of what they're going to say or how they're going to feel or what's going to happen next. However, it is a lot more stressful, irritating, and it does actually leave more of a bitter taste when you do not let them know early enough. Because maybe had you let them know ahead of time, they could have made other arrangements, they could have invited someone else. And if they really wanted you there, then sometimes they might even change the location or change the date or move things around so that you can make it. If you really want to see that person, if it's very important to you and you just couldn't make it, then maybe send a gift, send flowers, or let them know that you can take them out on a different day. And in return, if you're the person who hosted, then you would reach out to people and let them know that you were grateful that they attended, that you had a great time, and you look forward to seeing them in the future. If they gave you a gift, then you definitely should let them know that you received it, that you're thankful for it, and just show your appreciation and gratitude for the gift. Do not ever receive a gift and not say thank you. The thank you should be immediate. If someone mails you something in the mail, like a card or a present, don't hold on to it for a week and post it on social media and not even let the person know that you're thankful. If it was a big event like a birthday party or your child's birthday party or an event like a wedding or something bigger, then you can actually mail out thank you cards. You don't have to individually call people, but you do have to mail something formal out and let them know that you're thankful and that you received it. This is so important because when you stop doing this, when you stop showing your gratitude for things, then people also stop doing things for you. Now let's talk about some manners and etiquette when you're outside of your home and just kind of walking around, whether it's in the store, or like at the mall or just out and about in general. Okay. One thing that's very important is when you step out of your house, make sure that if you're on your cell phone, you're being mindful of others. It shows very poor manners to be out on your phone talking loudly. Okay, if you're in the store and you're having a conversation, other people should not be able to hear what you're talking about. I've been out in the stores many of times and I've seen adults on their phones having very inappropriate conversations while there are children around. They may not be their children, but they're still children and they're listening to what you're saying. A lot of times it's very inappropriate, or they're using curse words. That does show that you're not being considerate, that a child is around and they're being exposed to the things that you're saying. Also, on the topic of phones, if you're out on a date or in a meeting or getting your nails done, or just anywhere where you're around other people, if you're on your cell phone, let them know. Say, excuse me, I'm so sorry that I have to take this call. Let them know that you don't want to have to do this, because truly, you should step outside and do it. But if you have to do it, you can simply say, I'm so sorry, I have to text my daughter to make sure she made it home. Or you can say, I'm sorry, I'm expecting a call in a few minutes that I'm gonna have to take. If you're getting your nails done and you know you're gonna be on the phone the whole time and you're not gonna be engaging with the person helping you, then you let them know, I'm gonna be on the phone, is that okay? So that they don't feel like you're disrespecting them. So let them know why you're doing it, so that way they have an understanding and they don't take offense to it. So if you're out and you're dining with others, make sure that your conversations are appropriate for dining. So try to avoid topics that are gross or that are devastating or tragic. They don't make good tableside manners. They don't make good dinner conversations. They can make people feel very uncomfortable. They can make people feel physically sick. And it doesn't make the experience pleasant, because it's hard to enjoy your food if you're now becoming emotional about something, or you had to picture something that was displeasing. It can really just kill your appetite and ruin the mood. So keep conversations when you're eating very light and appropriate for the dinner table. When you are dining with someone, it's really important to make sure that you're mindful of how much food you're putting into your mouth, not talking with food in your mouth, chewing with your mouth closed, not smacking. And this is something that you have to practice at home. When you're at home, you should be practicing all the things that you do outside of your home so that they're natural. If you think that it's okay to have poor manners at home, you are subjecting everyone in your household to that and almost making it seem like it's okay for them to hear your smacking because you're at home. And when you do something at home all the time, it's a lot harder when you're in public to restrain yourself. It takes so much mental energy. So practice at home so that when you're in public, it comes natural. It's second nature. And the same concept applies to over the phone. If you are eating, you can let them know, I'll call you back. And when you call them back, brush your teeth or rinse your mouth or something, so you're not still rolling your tongue around your mouth while you're on the phone with them, or doing and making noise sounds with your mouth when you're on the phone, because the phone actually amplifies it. They can hear it even more. If this is something that's very difficult for you, or you just have no idea, no one has ever taught you tableside manners, then look up some videos on YouTube. There are plenty of books also written about it. Have a mentor, have someone who you like the way that they present themselves when they're out, you like their manners, watch them. Watch how they sit, watch how they eat, watch how they move, and mimic that. Okay, I have mentors on YouTube that have no idea I even exist. I've never even commented on their videos. I also have my own mentor. It's a woman from my church that presents herself in a very feminine and powerful way, and I love her, and we meet once a month, but we always go to eat. And I watched her, and I watch the way that she sits, the way that she eats, the conversations she has around her food, the conversations that she has with the waiter, the way she treats the waiter. I watch all of it, and some of the things I knew, some of the things I didn't know. So it helps to have a wide range of information, learn from whoever you can, but don't be afraid of picking up behaviors from other people when you like them. Okay, don't feel like, oh, I don't want to be like her, I don't want to be fake. That's how you learn. Okay, everyone mimics people. Okay, that's behavior. That's how we learn how to behave. We mimic. So if you don't know, it's okay, but start paying more attention and mimicking those behaviors if you feel like you don't know how to start. Now, some other manners that are very helpful is when you're at a store and you're annoyed. Okay, maybe you walked in and no one helped you, or maybe you're in line and there's like 25 people in line and one cashier and you're just like, oh my gosh, will they open up another register? And you're just irritated. Okay, that's not the proper way to behave, especially if you want results. Don't go around complaining and talking to 20 different people and telling them how annoyed you are that there's only one register open. Okay, what you can do is you can politely ask another customer service rep if it's possible for them to open up another register, and say it with a smile. Okay, don't come off annoyed and rude and irritated. Complaining doesn't solve any problems. It just makes it appear that you are frustrated and you don't know how to handle your emotions. And in terms of emotions in general, in public, you should never, ever be arguing with anyone. There's really no reason to ever argue with anyone in public or arguing in general. Arguing is competitive, it's aggressive, and it's just unnecessary. Now, it's important to state how you feel and state where you stand, state your standards, all of that, but not to argue. So if you're in public and you're speaking with someone and it just feels like it's about to turn into an argument, or you know yourself and you know that you might start to argue, don't. If you're with someone that you know and you guys are having an unfavorable conversation and an argument, continue the conversation when you get out of the store and you're behind closed doors and no one's around to watch. It is not attractive to argue in public. It doesn't attract anything positive to you, and honestly, you might be asked to leave because it cheapens the entire environment, it ruins the mood, and it's just poor manners. So please don't argue, and if you do, save it for when you get home. As a feminine woman, it's going to be very important for you to learn how to control your emotions. This is one of the most difficult things to do, and I'm going to do a separate video specifically talking about emotional control. It's important to learn how to control them, when to use them, and how to use them. So we will talk about that in a separate video. When it comes to manners and etiquette and just treating people right, there are so many things that I could tell you guys because it does differ from conversation to conversation. But the most important thing is to be polite, to be soft, to smile, don't be aggressive, say things in a way that doesn't turn people off. So if you didn't hear what someone said, say, excuse me, or pardon. Don't say, what? Or say what? Or what was that? Or what happened? Don't do that. Okay, it just comes off as unprofessional. It comes off as rude sometimes. Just say, I'm sorry, what was that? Or excuse me, what did you say? I'm sorry, I missed that. Or pardon me. Just give it another spin, okay? A softer, more feminine spin. Just remember, ladies, that being polite is free. It doesn't cost you anything to be polite, and when you are polite, you will start to see doors open for you. So just remember, in order to ignite your feminine energy, in order to just exude woman and softness and beauty and love, it's important for your manners to radiate. This is going to be the tool that pulls in everything that you want in life because you are putting out good and you will receive it back. So just be mindful of the way that you present to the world, both in your outer appearance and in the way that you behave. Be very mindful of your manners, treat people with kindness and love, be respectful to everyone. It doesn't matter who they are, what job they hold, how old they are. And again, if this is new information for you, or maybe you just didn't see the importance of having good manners, then you can start today, because I promise you, your life will change the moment that you start incorporating all of these things into your life. And I will make a video specifically about the benefits of femininity and the things that have happened in my life, or the things that happen on a daily basis in my life that stem specifically from me being feminine. I will talk about that just to give you guys an idea of what does change in your life, like what can happen in your life, what things you can receive. by being more feminine. So please leave comments. I know that there's so many other tips with manners and etiquette that can be used. We all want to know, we all want reminders. So please leave tips on things that you might do on a daily basis in terms of manners that really make a difference. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I appreciate all of your support and all of your love. I really, really do. And I'm so thankful that you guys are really benefiting from this, and I can't wait for the future videos. If you guys have any questions about anything, please leave a comment below. Make sure to follow The Feminine Impression on Instagram, and I will see you guys in the next video. Big kisses to you all. Peace, love, and light.